We so sophisticated. Shit so sophisticated.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you to the KKSN, the official interview of Black Panther Panthers and also the Big Nose Bandits. Ms. Bertrand and Mr. Giordano, I'd like to thank you for your time and spending with us here. We will get right to it. There was a lot of talk about the matchup of this past week, actually. Ms. Bertrand, how do you feel about the throttling that you put on Mr. Giordano and his Big Nose Bandits?
I was not surprised at all by the throttling. I knew that it was going to happen. His win in the Super Bowl last year was in fact a fluke. The manager that he faced had beaten him 3 times previously. He got lucky, and I knew that we were going to take him down week 1.
Well, Mr. Giordano, rebuttal to that.
Yes, the best team does not always win, Mr. Camacho. But, you know, just want to know, it's first week of the season, I'll move on.
Mr. Giordano, a question for you personally. Do you ever think you'll win a game this season?
Many.
Many?
Many.
Based on what?
Based on my team's
Based on your crappy team?
Yes.
Based on your crappy team? Very well, very well.
Yes.
Who is your quarterback that you're running with this year?
It is Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning.
Arguably the greatest of all time behind Dan Marino, that is. So, I feel pretty good
Who
about
is this Dan Marino?
Plays for the Dolphins.
Oh, okay.
Used to play for the Dolphins, I apologize.
Carissa Bertrand.
Yes.
How do you feel about your first full season in the SIFL?
I have
Because, I'm sorry about that, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. You were only halfway through the season last year.
That is correct.
There was many talks about you being a poop manager.
There was many talks of my poop manager.
How do you feel about your first full season?
I'm feeling extremely confident about my first season. I'm ready to show everyone who doubted me that just because of my managerial takeover and me not putting together my own team, that I am just as capable as any other manager in the league to put a winning team together.
Very well. Very well. A question for both of you. Mr. Giordano, we'll start with you first. How do you feel about the commissioner's involvement in the changing of the scores, the point system? There has been some discrepancy. It has been going back and forth. The commissioner seems like he doesn't know what he's doing. I backed up the commissioner 110% as he signs my paychecks. But how do you feel about that?
I think the scoring change was definitely needed. So I have no problem with that at all.
Okay, very well. Ms. Bertrand.
I would have to agree with my fellow team manager here. I do feel that the commissioner did need to make some changes for the point scoring.
Do you think it favors or hurts you? You personally?
Me personally, I feel that it favors. Matt Ryan is not prone to throwing interceptions, so I feel that it is a benefit to my team and my quarterback.
Really? Mr. Giordano?
Yeah, I agree. It does benefit me because Peyton Manning doesn't throw that many picks.
Okay, well, we will see as the weeks go on. The best team, I will have to say, even though you are in the power rankings, I believe I have it written down as you're number 1 in the power rankings right now, Mr. Giordano, as coming off the Super Bowl, ranked 6th. Ranked 6th.
That's fair after week 1.
I think that's fair.
Yes.
Really? I have
So
other
6 teams make the playoffs.
Please don't cut me off when I'm trying to talk. You must not know who I am. Ms. Bertrand,
yes.
You have a very tough game coming up this week against Men's Mighty Men.
That is correct.
How do you think you will fare in that matchup?
Well, if I may, within the team managers, we are referring this as to the bitch bowl, and I feel that being the biggest bitch in the league, I'm gonna come out on top.
Really? Because I have here had a little interview with her maybe a couple days ago, and she said that, and I quote, "The Black Panther Panthers are the worst team in the SIFL. I will stomp them out, and I will show no remorse."
Well, I would like to say to that manager that people lie and numbers don't. I am ranked number 1, and she is ranked number 2. So as of right now, I currently have the best team in the league. So if she thinks that she can stomp me out, I tell her to bring it.
Very well, very well. Mr. Giordano, pretty much the same question. You have a hard matchup against a team that is 1-0 in the SIFL and Revenge of the Birds. How do you think you will fare in that matchup?
I don't think it's going to be close at all.
Really?
I think that team is going to pull away. Really? That's not disrespecting his team that much. He's got a pretty solid team. He's up there, but my team put up a great performance.
Now, sources tell me that you were actually talking highly of his team not too long ago.
Oh, yeah.
Really admiring his team.
I still am, but I'm still just on another level.
And I have another quote here from the team manager of the Revenge of the Birds,
Oh, dear.
and I quote, "He's poop." End quote.
That's it.
That's it.
Well, noted. We'll see what happens.
Hey, we'll see what happens week 2. Both of you, auto drafting was a big controversy, still is actually, at the beginning of the season, and also I think it's going to be throughout the season. Yes, please don't, Ms. Bertrand. How do you, we'll start with you, Ms. Bertrand, since you've got something to say. How do you feel about auto drafters this season?
I feel that it has diminished the integrity of our league, and I'm very disappointed in certain team managers and their choice to auto draft their teams. I feel that it was a cop-out, and I feel it was a malicious attack on the league in order to give them an unfair advantage over everybody else.
Mr. Giordano, same question.
I do think it's a slap in the mouth to our league. But on the other hand, I don't think it's an unfair advantage because last year we had some auto drafters as well, and my name's still on that trophy.
If I may, I would like to explain that I feel it is an unfair advantage because I feel the team managers would not have selected the players that they had the computer not suggested those players for themselves.
I agree. But I still think they will make some wrong moves as the season progresses and tank their teams.
I could see that happening.
I wrote a piece not too long ago, published, that I like auto drafting. I think it adds a little bit of competition to the Commissioners League. He wanted competition. I think it adds to it. Just a little piece of my mind there. Mr. Giordano, question for you. Actually for the both of you, but I'll ask you first.
Okay.
What team can you just not stand? You hear the team name and you cringe.
That would be the Bowling Eagles.
Is there a reason why?
He's very arrogant,
Mm-hmm.
and he's overconfident in his bowling team.
Really?
Yes.
Ms. Bertrand, same question. What team can you not stand?
I would have to say it would be the Revenge of the Birds.
Oh, reason for that?
They believe that their showing in the GQ Style Bowl has given them, let's see, what is the word that I'm looking for here? Has given them an advantage over everybody else when really it was the poop bowl. That's what it was. It was just a poop bowl for people who couldn't make it to the real playoffs, and they feel that now that they have won the GQ Style Bowl, that they're a little too big for the britches.
I have to somewhat agree because I am very biased. My favorite team is Cobb and Corn on the Cob, and he was in the he was in the GQ Style Bowl. Moving on. Last question, posed to both of you. Ms. Bertrand, please give me one word to describe the commissioner. One word. One word. Would you like to come back to the question?
If I may.
I would say handsome. Even though I've never seen him, I can tell by his voice. He's a good-looking guy.
Yes. I have to agree. I have met him in person just once. Very dashing man.
Yes.
On his private yacht, Southamptons, July '07. Good times. Carissa.
Well, on that note, I would have to say he is very mysterious. None of the team managers have had the pleasure of actually meeting the commissioner. All communications are done through our manager league, and I think he should make an appearance.
I have to agree with that as well. On behalf of myself, Geraldo Camacho, Ms. Bertrand, Mr. Giordano, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning into the KKSN this week. Please have a very wonderful week 2 coming up. Very good games going on, as we described a couple of them here. Once again, for the Kronicles, Chronicles and the KKSN of Geraldo Camacho. Signing out.
We so sophisticated. Shit so sophisticated. Woo! 100 million.